Good evening, student. After completing the structure of mitochondria and chloroplast, now in this video we'll try to learn about ribosome. Ribosome is a very important topic for NEET examination because there are so many questions which comes on ribosome. Ribosomes are the smallest non-membrane bound most abundant cell organelles present inside both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. They are negatively charged and there are two types of ribosome, 70S and 80S. It is very important topic, so let's try to learn this topic in detail. So as we have discussed, the ribosomes are non-membrane bound smallest most abundant and negatively charged organelles which are present in both prokaryotic as well as eukaryotic cell. So the ribosomes are present in prokaryotic as well as in eukaryotic cells. The ribosomes were first discovered by Robinson and Brown in plant cell, and Pallade discovered the ribosomes in case of animal cell. So the ribosomes was first discovered by Robinson and Brown in plant cell, while in case of animal cell they got discovered by Pallades, and that's why they are also called as Pallades units. So they are also called as Pallades unit. The ribosomes which are present in prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells are actually different. In case of prokaryotic cell, we are having 70S types of ribosome, and in case of eukaryotic cell, we are having both 70S as well as 80S types of ribosome. Here, this S stands for Swedberg's unit. This Swedberg's unit is actually a sedimentation coefficient. Okay, it is the rate of precipitation of the particular RNA and protein molecule. So it is the speed by which a particular protein will get separated in the sedimentation process. So this S is actually a sedimentation coefficient. Then in case of prokaryotic cell, the ribosomes which are present, they are present in the cytoplasm, and they can get attached to mRNA to form polysomes. So there will be multiple ribosomes which will get attached to a single mRNA, and their function is to produce a multiple copies of single protein. So a functionally polysome will produce multiple copies of single proteins. There are so many ribosomes which are attached to single mRNA. So here there will be multiple ribosomes which will get attached to single mRNA, and this particular type of structure is called as polysome. and each RNA will produce a copy of a protein, so there will be multiple copies of single protein. So this is a function of polysome in case of prokaryotic cell. And in case of prokaryotic cell, the site of synthesis of ribosome is cytoplasm. So site of synthesis of ribosome in prokaryotic cell is cytoplasm. If we compare this information with eukaryotic cell, then in eukaryotic cell, these ATS type of ribosomes are present in cytoplasm and they are present on endoplasmic reticulum. While these 70S types of ribosome in case of eukaryotic cells are present within mitochondria and chloroplast. Due to the presence of ribosome in another cell organelle, that is mitochondria and chloroplast, they are also the cell organelle. So a ribosome is a cell organelle which is present in the cell organelle. So these ribosomes are called as organelles within the organelles. So due to this, they are called as organelles within organelles. So do remember this MCQ. This is very important MCQ. Ribosomes are considered as organelles within the organelles, and they are present in which organelles? They are present in mitochondria as well as chloroplast. These mitochondria and chloroplast both will have 70S type, that is a prokaryotic type of ribosome inside them, and there also their function is protein synthesis. But these eukaryotic ribosomes are produced at the site of nucleolus. So in case of eukaryotic ribosome, their site of production is nucleolus. So this is the difference between a prokaryotic ribosome and a eukaryotic ribosome. इन केस ऑफ प्रोकैरियोटिक राइबोसोम हमने ऐसा कहा कि जो राइबोसोम्स है वो 70S टाइप के हैं और यूकैरियोटिक राइबोसोम दोनों टाइप के हैं, 70S भी और 80S भी। प्रोकैरियोटिक राइबोसोम जो प्रेजेंट होते हैं वो साइटोप्लाज्म में प्रेजेंट होते हैं, या तो वो mRNA के साथ में एसोसिएट होके मल्टीपल राइबोसोम एसोसिएट हो जाते हैं mRNA के साथ में टू फॉर्म अ स्ट्रक्चर विच इज कॉल्ड एज पॉलीसोम। ये पॉलीसोम का फंक्शन है कि एक ही प्रोटीन्स की मल्टीपल कॉपीज तैयार करना। प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल में राइबोसोम जो बनते हैं उनकी बनने की साइट होती है साइटोप्लाज्म, लेकिन यूकैरियोटिक सेल के राइबोसोम न्यूक्लियोलस रीजन में बनते हैं और यूकैरियोटिक में 70S राइबोसोम जो है वो माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया और क्लोरोप्लास्ट के अंदर मिलते हैं, इसीलिए उनको ऑर्गेनेल विद इन द ऑर्गेनेल कहते हैं। एंड 80S के जो राइबोसोम्स है वो साइटोप्लाज्म में मिलते हैं और 80S के राइबोसोम ही एसोसिएटेड होते हैं एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम के साथ। तो ये था डिफरेंस यूकैरियोटिक राइबोसोम और प्रोकैरियोटिक राइबोसोम का। हालांकि सारे ही यूकैरियोटिक सेल में राइबोसोम होते हैं, लेकिन मैच्योर्ड आरबीसी और सीयू ट्यूब में राइबोसोम्स नहीं होते। सो इन केस ऑफ मैच्योर्ड आरबीसी इन एनिमल्स एंड सीयू ट्यूब्स इन प्लांट they will be absent. सो मैच्योर्ड आरबीसी और सीयू ट्यूब में राइबोसोम हमें नहीं मिलेंगे। Now speaking about the structure of ribosome, the ribosome is actually composed of proteins and RNA. So structurally, ribosome will consist of RNA and proteins, and these RNA and proteins will form two subunit. One is called as smaller subunit and second is called as larger subunit. So these two subunit when joined together they will form a complete ribosome. Now, the joining and association of these two subunits depends on the concentration of Mg dipositive ion. So, Mg dipositive ions are very essential for the association of these two subunits. The smaller and larger subunit will get associated with each other in the high concentration of Mg dipositive ions. So whenever the concentration of Mg dipositive ion will increase, they will get associated together to form a structure of ribosome which is called as dimer. And the lower concentration of these Mg dipositive ion will allow these two subunits to dissociate from each other. So this process actually takes place during the process of protein synthesis. So whenever the cell will require a particular protein, the mRNA will come, and to this mRNA the ribosomal subunit will get attached and they will get associated with each other for the synthesis of protein. This whole process required a high presence of Mg dipositive ion. Do remember this MCQ. Okay, then actually we are having two types of ribosome. One is 70S type and one is 80S type. So both the subunit of 70S and 80S are actually different. In case of 70S ribosome, the smaller subunit consists of 30S and the larger subunit is consist of 50S. Okay, while in case of 80S type of ribosome, the smaller subunit consists of 40S and the larger subunit is consist of 60S. So a smaller subunit of 40S and a larger subunit of 60S will form a 80S type of ribosome, which is actually called as eukaryotic ribosome, and the association of 30S and 50S will produce a 70S type of ribosome. Here do remember their addition will not come equal. Okay, for producing 70S type of ribosome we are requiring one 30S subunit and one 50S subunit, and while for producing 80S type of ribosome we require a smaller subunit of 40S and a larger subunit of 60S. So additionally this 50S subunit of prokaryotic ribosome will consist of, this 50S subunit will consist of 34 proteins, 23 sRNA and 5 sRNA, while the 30S subunit will consist of 23 types of proteins and 16S type of rRNA. S type of rRNA. Speaking about the eukaryotic cell, this 60S subunit, the larger subunit of eukaryotic cell, will consist of 40 types of proteins, 5S, 5.8S and 28S types of rRNA. While this 40S subunit, that is a smaller subunit of eukaryotic ribosome, will consist of 33 types of proteins and 18S type of rRNA. So everywhere this S will stands as Svedberg's coefficient. The addition of these subunits will not going to be same. So do remember this point. These are very important point for MCQs. The ribosomes are of two type, दो टाइप के राइबोसोम हैं, एक 70S जिसको हम प्रोकैरियोटिक राइबोसोम बोलते हैं और एक 80S जिसको हम यूकैरियोटिक राइबोसोम बोलते हैं. बोथ राइबोसोम, दोनों टाइप के जो राइबोसोम हैं वो दो सब यूनिट से मिलके तैयार होते हैं, एक छोटा सब यूनिट और एक बड़ा सब यूनिट। ये दो सब यूनिट Mg डाइपॉजिटिव आयंस के प्रेजेंस में एक में के साथ एसोसिएट होते हैं और कंप्लीट स्ट्रक्चर बनता है राइबोसोम का, जिसको हम डाइमर कहते हैं। लेकिन 70S का राइबोसोम जो कि छोटा राइबोसोम है, उसे बनाने के लिए एक सब यूनिट चाहिए 30S का और एक सब यूनिट चाहिए 50S का। वाइल जो 80S का राइबोसोम है, जो बड़ा राइबोसोम है, उसको बनाने के लिए एक सब यूनिट चाहिए 40S का और दूसरा सब यूनिट चाहिए 60S का। और फिर उनके भी एडिशनल पार्ट्स होते हैं जो कि हमने इसमें मेंशन किए हैं। सो नाउ स्पीकिंग अबाउट द फंक्शन ऑफ राइबोसोम्स, कि राइबोसोम कौन से फंक्शन करेगा सेल में। द मेन फंक्शन ऑफ राइबोसोम इज प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस। That is the main function of ribosome, and that's why the ribosomes are called as protein synthesizing machines of the cells. They are called as protein factories. Now these ribosomes which are present in cytoplasm will actually synthesize a non-secretory proteins within the cell, and the ribosomes which are attached with endoplasmic reticulum will actually synthesize a secretory proteins. So cytoplasmic ribosome will produce non-secretory proteins, and a ribosome attached to endoplasmic reticulum will produce a secretory proteins. Clear? And when these proteins will get actually produced, they will undergo a folding, and that folding will require a molecule of chaperones. So chaperones will actually help in the folding, that is forming a tertiary structure of protein which are actually produced with the help of ribosome. So this is everything regarding a ribosome. This lecture is extremely important. There are so many times the NCERT has already asked the question on all these particular topics. So do remember all these points thoroughly. इसको सारे points को रट्टा मार के रखने की ज़रूरत है। राइबोसोम बहुत ही important topic है in case of NCERT syllabus and NEET examination. So in the next video we'll try to learn about the another non-membrane bound cell organelle, that is centriole. Thank you.